I'm going to do something now which I haven't done before, and it's somewhat risky. Try to take a look into the future when it comes to COVID. Hi, I'm Dr. Brian McDonough. What I want to do is take a look at what the CDC has learned from the experience in Europe and all throughout the United States thus far with Omicron and Delta and everything we know. Here's where we are. If you were vaccinated and boosted, you are 80% less likely to go to the emergency room. That's all comers. I mean, people 65 and over, people with pre-existing conditions, young people across the board, vaccinated and boosted. That's two of your Moderna plus the booster, two of the Pfizer plus the booster, J&J plus the booster. You're 80% less likely to go to the emergency room. Perhaps more importantly, 90% less likely to be hospitalized. We have a significant number of people who are not vaccinated in this country. And I think right now we're at about 62% have been vaccinated. So you got basically 38% who haven't. They're in a situation where they're no different than the beginning of the pandemic. We got to continue reaching out to them, explaining to them why it's a good idea. But we may be getting to a point where we're going to hit a certain number that accept it and don't, and we have to accept the fact that we may lose people as a result of them deciding not to be vaccinated. And obviously never give up, but understand that can be an issue. So going forward, when we get to the spring and summer, there's a sense of optimism. The reason I say spring and summer is we've had the Omicron issue in the East Midwest. It's gone up, it's starting to go down, but now it's hitting the South. It's hitting the West. So for instance, if you get in your car and drive from New York to Georgia, right now it's like going back 6 weeks in time in the view of Omicron. A lot more problems down there right now, fewer up in the Northeast. So it's going to go through that path. It's going to go through the country. Big country, 330 million people. We're like different ways of approaching it depending where you are and what's happening. But when we get to the late spring and summer, it should be somewhat consistent. And the experts, at least, are hoping there could be a mutation that comes out. There could be another problem. But they're really hoping that the combination of vaccination, the combination of exposures to Omicron should really help us out in the short run. And that's really good news. The other good news is you heard me talk about the statistics with the vaccination. So the thought is, unless we get a real aggressive strain of COVID going forward, that can happen. If it tends to weaken, we're going to be able to get away with vaccinations on a regular basis, plus, and this is important, the availability of the antiviral medications that you can take by mouth. They have been developed, they're getting better, and they will be a tool we can use. Essentially, if you think about it, it's almost like the way we deal with the flu now. Somebody gets a vaccine for the flu, maybe somebody doesn't, whatever. If they get symptoms, they then go to the antivirals, which help them make the symptoms less severe. We still lose people as a result of the flu, but not nearly as many because of the vaccine. It's going to be kind of the same way with COVID in an ideal setting. That's my hope as I predict the future. Maybe I'm hopeful. I just want everything to go back to normal like it was. And I really think it could. We're going to have to get past a lot of the PTSD, and maybe some things will change. Maybe there'll be more people working from home. Maybe there will be people wearing masks during the tougher times of the year, but hopefully we can evolve as a society and figure those things out.